to offer, who offer you the most, again and again and again. I don't have a lot of virtues, clearly, okay? If I have any, one virtue would be curiosity, okay? I'm actually curious about this world. You know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I was standing next to a deep fryer. I didn't think I was ever going to see Vietnam. So I'm pretty goddamn happy about the fact that I get to see these places now. And when I'm there, I would like to see as much of those places as possible. I'm reasonably cognizant of and respectful of the fact that most of the time, in fact, just about all of the time, everywhere I go, these are older cultures than mine. They've been around a long time. They've been doing some pretty interesting shit in those 6,000 years. I'd like to know what they've been doing. I would like to experience those colors and flavors and whatever the hell. You know, how can you be lucky enough to go to Thailand? You know, where they've been developing this incredibly diverse spectrum of just wonderful, tasty colors and flavors and smells, and not want to say, yes, 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 I'll have it, I'll try it. My God, yes. Just for reasons of curiosity alone. To me, to say no, that's like going to the Louvre. You know, you get one crack at the Louvre in your whole life, and it's like you stand at the door and say, you know, I will only be looking at paintings in the color blue and black today. I'm pretty sure the others aren't that interesting. I mean, really, you know, we're on this planet. We have so little time at the table. You know, isn't it in some way our obligation to at least try as much of it as we can without hurting other people to the best of our ability? But I mean, again, it really comes down to being a good guest. Sitting in a rice farm, a duck farm in Vietnam, you will be surprised with food. You know, this is a country, when I first went, like cyclo drivers, total strangers would just, see you around, and they don't know who I am, they don't care. This freakishly tall white guy, with a tiny, ridiculous little camera. People were offering me food. Please come to my house. Let me show you how good my food is. You find yourself in a situation like that where somebody is looking you in the eye and offering you their very best, often very hard-won, often the only protein they have for the week or 10 days or 2 weeks. What are you going to do? It's, oh, no, I'm sorry. Do you have a spinach salad, maybe a little avocado? You can't eat that. I reject your 6,000 years of struggle and all of your culinary traditions. I don't really give a fuck what your grandma told you. You're not making friends that way. So speaking of grandma, I mean, look, you have to be prepared when you travel to take one for the team, meaning go against your principles. Your principles may be, I don't eat animals because I'm worried about the cleanliness of my colon and my personal health. That's certainly no reason to do anything in my view. I mean, be a bad guy to, I like drugs for a lot of years, so clearly personal health is not that important. But then there's a cruelty issue, right? I mean, I don't like to hurt animals. Who likes to hurt animals? I don't like to hurt animals. And clearly there's a relationship between the happiness of the animal and the eventual deliciousness. I think stressed, I have a lot in common with PETA and the animal rights activists. They want to give chickens the vote because they don't want to hurt chickens. I like to treat chickens much better and let them wander free and lead happy, productive lives because they become provably more delicious in the process. But I do have studies, okay? I'm against zoos, okay? I don't like zoos. What do we need them for? Don't like them. Forget it. Circuses, don't like it. Steve Erwin, not a big fan, okay? Sorry. I should be more respectful of the dead, but I don't think there are a lot of crocodiles out there happier for having met Steve Erwin, okay? So, it was really, really great seeing that guy in the shorts. My life's much better now. Siegfried and Roy, I don't know if you've ever seen this act, the two annoying German guys in spandex torturing tigers. Don't like it. I'm against it. Animal testing of cosmetics on it, against that. Fur I'm against unless you're above the Arctic Circle, in which case, believe me, you really need fur. But unless you're above the Arctic Circle, I'd be happy to make that possibly even illegal. So I guess what I'm saying is, I'm like St. Francis of fucking Assisi here, okay? But I will tell you that given a choice between violating my own deeply held principles regarding animal cruelty, like the difference between pets and food, for instance, and offending my host, I like to think I have the... Well, let's put it this way. I've avoided cat and dog for 12 years. I've traveled this world, and I found myself in a position many, many times where I'm driving down the street someplace in a country where my friend or my guide will say, hey, look, the dog restaurant, let's stop by and get some dog. Everybody does it, it's delicious, it's one of our national dishes, let's have some dog, you'll love it. Don't worry, it's not city dog, it's mountain dog. And I'm always like, no, that's okay. To me, it's a completely arbitrary thing. It's a hypocritical thing. I mean, pigs are smarter than dogs. We have no problem eating them. But I grew up with dogs. I grew up with Disney films. I just decided if I can avoid it all, eating a fucking dog, I'm going to avoid it. So, in a situation like that, driving down the road, like, hey, let's stop by the dog restaurant. I'm like, no, that's okay, maybe another time. And in this way, I've managed to avoid violating my deeply held principle about what is a pet and what is food for about 12 years now. But I do like to think that given the choice, like if I find myself in a rural part of Vietnam and a country I love, and Grandpa disappears, out of the living room for a while, we've had a few shots, and he disappears and he runs into the kitchen and suddenly comes out and surprises me with a big platter of puppy heads. I like to think that given the choice between violating my deeply held principles and offending Grandpa, that I would have the courage to say pass the fucking puppy heads.